Hi, everybody. Alexia and I welcome you to our podcast. And today we have a very, very special treat. Alexia suggested that we combine the great medical breakthroughs with Women's History Month. So what we're going to have is a whole series of world-class women scientists who made major breakthroughs in science and medicine, from Madame Curie, who discovered radioactivity, to Lisa Meitner, who discovered atomic fission, atomic energy, to Rosalind Franklin, DNA. This is really, really exciting. And for the first one, we'll start off with the great women scientists. One of my own favorites is Dr. Candace Pert. And Dr. Candace Pert, her claim to fame was discovering that our body makes natural painkillers. And she coined the word endorphins. Everyone's heard of endorphins, the runner's high. Thank Candice Pert. Okay, so what's the story, the context? The context is that she was going for her PhD in pharmacology, that's drugs, at Johns Hopkins Medical School in Baltimore, Maryland. Okay, and just a little sidebar, very apropos, is Johns Hopkins Medical School was the first one in the country to admit women. Okay. And Candace Pert was there going for her doctorate, and she was all by herself about 12 o'clock at night, and she was studying the brain. And in particular, her doctoral thesis was this. In simple language, it was to get the heroin addicts off the street, and she was studying ways to do it. And what she found, she was all by herself late at night, through special fluorescent staining, that our brains have receptors for the opiates. And for our purposes, it's a family. Opium, everyone's heard of that. Morphine, everyone's heard of morphine. And then number 3, heroin. Again, for our purposes, they're basically the same stuff without, any chemical modification there. Okay. And she notices that our brains have receptors for the opiates. And basically, it's a lock and key. This is the heart of pharmacology. A lock and key, the receptors, and then the substance fits in. And then in one of the greatest medical epiphanies, okay, akin to the discovery of penicillin in the 20th century there, is what she realized, that our own brain is making the opiates. And in particular, our brain makes the number 2 variety, morphine. So she coined a new term, endogenous, that means within, morphine, when you do the contraction, endorphins, the natural pain killers. And where are they found? Okay, they're found in 3 special situations. Number 1, of course, it's a cliche now, the runner's high. Everyone knows that, the endorphins, okay, is number 2, friends and family. You know the good feeling that you get when you're with friends and family? That's the endorphins. But what Candace Pert shows, that levels 10 times greater, 10 times greater, is when a woman is pregnant. And the reason is intuitive, because under the best of circumstances, childbirth is going to be painful. So Mother Nature floods the blood system of a pregnant woman with the endorphins, okay? And those are the natural painkillers. So is is Alexia always insists on giving practical, pointers, okay? And the practical pointer here is that how many heard today of the opioid addiction? Opioid, that ending is the synthetic opiates. Is there any problem in the world today with opioid addiction? It's one of the biggest things. So if we learn the lessons from Candace Pert, how we could all release the natural Mother Nature, natural painkillers that we all have, that in itself is tremendous progress in solving the opioid addiction. In other words, it's coming from within naturally instead of from some pharmacology lab that's done synthetically. So, two thanks today for our podcast. Number one, we thank Candace Pert, one of the all-time greats in medicine, great medical breakthrough, for showing us the mind-body connection and how even our thoughts can release the endorphins. And then, everyone, please thank Alexia for suggesting the magic combination of combining the great medical breakthroughs with Women's History Month. So we're going to have an exciting series of some world famous women scientists and explain their contribution in simple terms. Okay, so Alexia and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day, and thanks for visiting us. Bye-bye.